Welcome back to Living Local. A local 13-year-old is being recognized for taking action to improve his community. David Simmons of Monmouth identified a shortage of personal protective equipment, PPE, around Warren County and decided to develop a solution to help protect medical professionals during the pandemic. As part of its annual The Future of Good program, USCellular selected David out of hundreds of nominations across the country as somebody who is creating positive change in their community. As the selected winner, he received $10,000 to help further his cause. And joining us to tell us more about that is the man himself, David Simmons, UScellular's The Future of Good program winner. David, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you.
All right, let's start here first. How did you take me back to when you realized there was a shortage of PPE in your community? Well, how did you realize that, first of all?
Yeah, so I'd heard about COVID-19 around the world and in our community. But what really got me thinking that there was a shortage in my community was that my first client, Dr. Rayin with the Cass County Health Department, was posting on Facebook a lot about how his health department needed PPE. And that's how I learned that it was really local in my community and that I could help.
Yeah, I think a lot of us don't always realize that a lot of these things you see globally or around the country are also in your own area too. Now, why was it so important for you to address this issue?
Because my community has given a ton to me, and I really just wanted to give back because I had the resources to give back. In this particular instance, and I thought, why not? My community has been great to me. I should give back a little bit.
That's an easy way to think about it. Unfortunately, I wish more people would think that way here too. Now, tell us about your solution. How did you come up with a way to address the shortage?
Yeah, so a little more than a year ago, I saw a video on YouTube about this person who was 3D printing face shields. And I thought, I have a 3D printer, why don't I do that? And so after I did a lot of research on what design I should use, what settings I should use, the materials that I could use, I finally got to an iteration that seemed to work, and I started distributing them.
Wow. And just out of curiosity, what kind of numbers are we talking here? Like, how many of these have you made? So far I've donated around 150. Okay, wow, geez. And you designed all of that yourself here too, right?
Because I do not, I don't know that much about how face shields work, and I didn't want to be at fault for other people's health.
Right.
I found a different design that was made by people who did know a lot about that, and so just to make sure that people were safe.
Right, but you know what? Listen, you made a whole lot more face shields than a lot of us have, so that's absolutely great. Now, tell me about your reaction when you've heard about this award that you'd won, the UScellular Future of Good program.
Yeah, so as you can probably see, there is a YouTube video up that UScellular posted of the Zoom call in which they announced it. And my reaction is just one of astonishment and happiness. I could not believe it.
I can imagine. Now, so it's a $10,000 award. Well, the obvious question here, David, is what are you doing with that money?
Yeah, so obviously COVID-19 will not go on forever, and my cause is with COVID-19. And already the demand is slowing. So what I've designed a few other things that help people. For example, these reminder cards that I had the idea for and I designed, which help seniors or any other person remember to take medication or do household tasks or something like that. So I'm just going to keep designing and feeding my creativity with that $10,000. So
wow.
My creativity just can run unchecked now that I have that money.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's something that'll go much longer term, hopefully, than, as you mentioned, the face shields. Yeah, hopefully we won't need those forever. David Simmons, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us about the great things you've been doing here, not only before you got this money, but what you're going to do in the future. It's great stuff.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Now, here's what the Director of Retail Sales of Operations for USCellular in Illinois, Mike Burwell, had to say about David and the stuff he's been doing. David, quote, David has been doing great work in Monmouth, and I'm excited to see his efforts rewarded through the Future of Good program. Amazing young heroes are all around us, and USCellular is proud to showcase their work, invest in them, and support them to continue to do good. Absolutely. Now, if you want to learn more about how USCellular supports young heroes and their efforts for good, go to thefutureofgood.com, the website on your screen. We'll have those details posted on our website too, ourquadcities.com.